Hey everyone, Iron Will Roberts here, and we are talking about relating training to real-life tasks. To do that, you have to have proper position, you have to activate the correct muscles, and you have to use max effort. Now, I want to demonstrate this using the lower body as an example. I'm going to give you 3 different methods for various levels so that you can use max effort very safely. First one is one of my favorites because you can do this all day long. It's going to be the way you sit down and the way you stand up. Now, the way you see most people do this is kind of bend at the hip and then slowly let their hips just kind of fall to the chair, to the bench, right? And then when they stand back up, it's the same thing. They lean and then do this weird back extension thing to stand back up, right? We want to stand up tall and basically just do a squat to sit down and stand up, right? So your chest is up and you're just going to pull your hips down to the chair, all right? On the way back up, it's going to be the same exact thing. Keep your chest up and push your legs into the ground to stand up. Well, the cool thing about this is it activates the right muscles and you build that powerful habit all day long, right? So that's a good starting point. Then we're going to go to what's called an Iso Extreme Wall Squat. Well, the cool thing about the wall squat is that it's going to mimic an all-out sprint. Right? So you're going to pull down to the bottom. Your feet will be 6 to 8 inches apart, toes forward. So everything right in line with your hips. Shins will be straight up and down, so no weird angles. Right? And you're going to pull yourself down to the deepest position that you can go to powerfully, ideally slightly below parallel. Now, even though you're not moving, your muscles are actually contracting at the same speed that they would during an all-out sprint. Right? So your brain remembers that max effort habit, and then it can translate it to real-life tasks. You're going to want to start working on this and build up to where you can do 1 minute, 3 minutes, and eventually up to 5 minutes. When you can do that, you'll basically be able to do any other lower body task pain-free and very athletically and powerfully. We'll stand back up out of that. The last one is going to be a regular squat. Now, this is one of the most just brilliant exercises because it mimics so many things that you do in real life. But I see so many people do it poorly and it doesn't translate. That's what we're talking about here, translating what you do at the gym to real-life tasks. Running, jumping, sitting down, standing up, walking up and down stairs, all that stuff. So I see a lot of this when people squat. Pulling down, and then just kind of coming back up. Right? That doesn't translate because you're not teaching your muscles that max effort habit. So what I want you to do is sit up properly, feet, again, 6 to 8 inches apart, toes forward, right under your hips. Right? Not this, or this. Right, just right under your hips. Stand up tall, and you're going to pull yourself down powerfully to a stop, and you're going to snap back to the top. I'll show you from the front and the side. So you'll be here, down to a stop, and press back to the top. Down to a stop, press back to the top. From the side, same thing. Okay? So when you do it fast, when you do it aggressively like that, your brain starts to remember that habit, and it can translate to everything else you do in life. Okay? So that's a pretty good start, and we'll talk lots more about max effort training in the future.